everyone, welcome back to another lesson on IELTS writing tips and specifically transition words. I think this is the last lesson that we are doing on the transition words, as we discussed them pretty extensively and we don't need to go through them anymore. I don't think so. I think we covered the different angles of the transition words, from the addition to contrast to concession. And now here we are at the final transition word lesson, and it's about conclusion. It's a logical sort of essay ending transition words in any sort of essay that you want to bring the idea home and essentially wrap up your idea. We want to do it through transition words. Even like moving into the conclusion, you want to move gradually. You don't want to jump into the conclusion. So the idea is to use this kind of transition words to make a smooth transition into the conclusion. Typically, this happens in the final paragraph of your writing, and in later lessons, we are going to cover structuring your essay and how you structure your writing for optimal score. But this kind of transition words typically come at the later stages of your writing. So what are the typical transition words or linking phrases? For example, one example is in conclusion. So you say, in conclusion, I believe this. I believe the points that I made for point of view of A is valid, or these kind of things. Another one is to sum up. These are obviously not words, rather linking phrases, but essentially the same idea. So what are good examples for these two? For example, you say, in conclusion, then comma, renewable energy offers sustainable solutions for the future, or for the future of our planet, something like that. What is a good example for to sum up? You can say to sum up, comma, adopting healthier habits requires commitment and consistency. And you can totally imagine what are these topics are. I encourage you to try to writing outside, try writing in ideas outside your comfort zone, so you become very familiar with these typical ideas. But the ideas are environment or healthy habits or those kind of things that is very repeated very often in the IELTS test. Another one is therefore. Therefore is, I would say, less conclusive. It's not the end of the essay that you would use. And there is overall, and there is in summary, or to summarize, you can say. So, or finally also, you can use finally also as a very sort of final point, or ultimately. These are another ones you can use. I'm not gonna bring examples for these last three. I leave it to you to sort of try to come up with examples with these transition words. But for therefore and overall, we can sort of write a sentence for it. So you can say, the arguments show a clear increase in productivity, semicolon, and then therefore, and then comma, the new policy is effective or beneficial. And for overall, you can say overall, comma, urban living has both positive and negative side effects or impacts on well-being. And you can say, however, comma, I believe the benefits outweighs the the drawbacks, things like that. So you can see that we used another transition words to move into sort of one idea. So let me highlight these transition words that you can use more often in your final chapter of your writing. And I think practice makes perfect. So please practice these transition words for your conclusion. I think they're really handy. You can use them also in the last sentence of your, let's say, second or third paragraph. Sort of if you are arguing for one argument or one point of view, you can use, for example, therefore or overall, these kind of things. They're less conclusive, I would say, rather than in summary, um, these transition words, rather than these three transition words that are sort of more conclusive, more towards the end, and therefore is, or overall, is less conclusive. And that's it. That's the entire idea. Please practice these transition words and linking phrases. And in the future lessons, we move away from transition words and we move into other topics as we covered them extensively in the past few lessons. Anyways, that's it. Hopefully you liked the lesson. And thank you so much. Cheers.